Da-da-dum-da-dum. Ouch. Hello, my dear friends, my dear subscribers, my dear Russian learners. Всем привет. I'm glad to see you. I didn't make my live class last weekend because I was busy a bit. But today I don't have a private class because my students on his holiday, on his vacation. So I have time to make a class for you, and we will continue working on this table. Also, I will give you a few short dialogues, like examples for your practice, of course. Also, we will work with our old words and we will practice the genitive case through them. We will take those words and we will take new words. We will combine them. I hope it will be a good exercise for you. Today we start and next time we continue because we don't have enough time for the whole exercise. I can see that someone's here, so guys, when you join, please write me something in the chat and I will see who's here. Before we move to our table that you can see on your screens, first, I want to share a link to my live class in the chat for Russian learners and on my channel. So guys, if you want to get notifications about my new classes, new videos, also extra materials, and you would like to practice your Russian with native speakers, look in the description below the video. There are two links to my channel and to the chat. I'm writing that my new live class has started. The link, okay, and then I'm forwarding the message to the chat. It's done. Then next, when you watch my lessons and if you take something useful for you, if you learn something new through my classes, Hari, привет. If you learn something new through my classes, you can thank me using a link in the chat. I mean YouTube chat. So I'm writing that you can thank me for my class here. The link, okay. Let's see if someone would like to thank me. And now we can start our class. Well, do you remember this table about our family members? If you skipped this class, then you can check my playlist called Live Classes for Russian Learners Unit 4. And we worked on the genitive plural forms of all these words, but I didn't tell you enough about the usage of the genitive plural. I told you about counting 5, 6, 7, etc., 5, 6, 7. I told you that we use the genitive plural. Also, we use the genitive plural when we don't have a lot of something or someone. For example, if I say that I don't have a daughter, and I use a singular form, I say у меня нет дочери. I don't have a daughter. У меня нет дочери. But if I want to say the same but in the plural, I say I don't have daughters. У меня нет дочерей. У меня нет дочери, у меня нет дочерей. So, the genitive singular, the genitive plural after this word. Нет. Нет. I don't have someone or something. Then, we use the genitive plural after these words. Look at the table. If you don't see the words clearly, you can download this table. You can save it on your Google Drive, you can save it on your computer. A link to this table is in the description below the video. This word, сколько, сколько. Сколько means how much, how many. In English, you have two different phrases, how much, how many. In Russian, we have just one word, сколько. Later, I will show you an example, but it will be below the table. Then, много, много means a lot of. Много, a lot of. For example, look, много дочерей, a lot of daughters, много дочерей. Сколько дочерей, how many daughters? Сколько дочерей, how many daughters? The next word, несколько. Несколько. Did you notice that I pronounce all of these unstressed O like A? Сколько, несколько. And please pay attention. The stressed vowel, okay? In this word, несколько. It's really important to pronounce it correctly, because if you change the stressed vowel, you will change the meaning of the word. Несколько means several, a few, some. But again, in English, different words, right? Several, a few, few, just few without a, some, but for countable nouns. Some for countable nouns. In Russian, we have just one word, несколько. Несколько. For example, maybe we should say a few or several, a few sons, несколько сыновей, or several sons, несколько сыновей, a few or several brothers, несколько братьев, несколько братьев, a few or several sisters, несколько сестер. Okay? We will talk about these words like двое, трое, четверо, пятеро later. They are written here, but it's not today's topic. Now let's memorize these words. Много, many or a lot of. Сколько, how many, how much. And несколько, several, a few, some. Let's memorize them and go below the table for our practice. And also for the additional topic that we started before, we talked when we don't use a word есть. So we talk that I have someone or something. We use a word есть. У меня есть, у нас есть, у тебя есть, etc. It's our previous topic again. If you didn't watch this class, then open my playlist, live classes for Russian learners unit 4, and find this topic. Before I told you that we don't use есть when the amount is more significant than having someone or something. For example, у меня одна сестра, so I don't have у меня есть одна сестра, because it's not important that I have her, it's more important, more significant that she's just one. У меня одна сестра. Also, I told you then that having something isn't significant, but more significant is what or who you have. I told you that, for example, a question. Does she have a son? У нее сын? But in this question is more significant that she has exactly a son. We ask if she has exactly a son, not a daughter. And the answer is нет, у нее дочь. Again, we don't use a word yes. We say that no, she has a daughter. But the most important thing, the most significant thing, that she has exactly a daughter. Not a son, but a daughter. So we don't use a word yes here. I told you about that, and again, if you skipped this class, I mean the previous class, then watch it on my channel. I added the third item about not using a word есть. Exactly after these words like много, a lot of, сколько, how much, how many, несколько, some, several, a few. After these words, we don't use есть. For example, look, in English, how many brothers and sisters do you have? How many brothers and sisters do you have? Look at the Russian version. Сколько у тебя, сколько means how many, у тебя, you have, but I don't use a word есть. Сколько у тебя братьев и сестер? Сколько у тебя братьев и сестер? Сколько у тебя братьев и сестер? How many brothers and sisters do you have? First, we don't use a word есть. We don't say сколько у тебя есть братьев и сестер. We don't say like that. Also, look, in English, do you have is in the end of the question. But in Russian, we say у тебя before братьев и сестер, okay? It's not in the end. We don't say сколько братьев и сестер у тебя. We can say like that. Yes, we can replace these words combinations and say сколько братьев и сестер у тебя. But it's not that natural. The most natural question is сколько у тебя? So how many do you have? It's our Russian word order. Сколько у тебя братьев и сестер? У меня один брат и две сестры. У меня один брат и две сестры. I have one brother and two sisters. I have one brother and two sisters. You see, I didn't use a word есть here. I didn't say у меня есть один брат и две сестры. It's because, again, the amount is more important than having. Один, две, the amount, количество. У меня один брат и две сестры. Guys, I don't think I should mark the stressed vowels here because we talked about the stress before. So let's practice to read these words and these sentences without stress marks, okay? Well, the same dialogue one more time. Сколько у тебя братьев и сестер? У меня один брат и две сестры. So we don't use the word есть after сколько and if the amount is more significant than having someone or something. Let me check the chat. Okay, nobody wrote anything there. Well, one moment, please. Also, a word много. A word много. Look, I made such an example. Do you have a lot of friends? A lot of friends? У тебя много друзей? And also we mark this word много, a lot of, with our intonation. У тебя много друзей? Do you have a lot of friends? У тебя много друзей? We don't need a word есть here. У тебя есть много друзей? У тебя есть много друзей? Maybe it sounds well, but since the word много is significant here in this question, then we don't need a word есть. У тебя много друзей? Да, очень. Очень means very. Very. Oops. Очень много, when we say очень много, that means very many. It sounds strange in English, but in Russian we say like that, very many. Очень много, but we can omit a word много and say just очень in the answer. Okay, so if someone asks with the word много, we can omit it in the answer, but we need to say very, очень. У тебя много друзей? Да, очень. Да, очень. If you don't have a lot of friends, you can say two versions. Нет, немного. У тебя много друзей? Нет, немного. немного. Or you can say нет, не очень. Not very. Not very many. Sounds strange, yes. Нет, немного. Нет, не очень. У тебя много друзей? Да, очень. А у тебя много друзей? Нет, немного. А у тебя? У тебя много друзей? Нет, не очень. If you have questions about these short dialogues, let me know about it in the comments below. Okay? Well, guys, actually I planned to start another exercise, but I think that's enough for tonight. So my dinner is waiting for me now. And you first watch this live class, learn these words много, сколько, несколько, and then we will continue practice them. And guys, you remember I told you about несколько pronunciation, that it's really important to pronounce it with the correct stressed vowel. Let me explain you why. Here we have a word similar to несколько. It's pronounced like нисколько. And many Russian learners are confused about несколько and нисколько. Несколько means several, some, a few. Нисколько means when we count and say сколько, how many. I don't know a literal translation to English. Like nothing, nobody. No, it's not like that. Let me show you an example. У тебя много друзей? No, it's not suitable. When we count, for example, сколько у тебя братьев и сестер? Let's get back to this question. Сколько у тебя братьев и сестер? You can answer with the amount of brothers and sisters, but also you can say нисколько. Нисколько. We have a word несколько and we have a word нисколько. Нисколько means no brothers and sisters. Oops, I'm writing in Russian. No one. Yeah, no one. I recall this. No one. Нисколько. Сколько у тебя братьев и сестер? Нисколько. No one. How many brothers and sisters do you have? No one. Нисколько. Okay, so please pay attention. Несколько, несколько, нисколько. If you say у меня несколько сестер, you say I have a few sisters. If you say у меня нисколько сестер, first, it makes no sense. Second, you need to make a negative sentence. It will be an answer to this question. Okay? Just an answer. Нисколько. У меня нет нисколько сестер. Нисколько нет сестер. Нисколько. No one. Окей? Double negative. У меня нисколько нет. Нисколько нет сестер. We will continue this topic next time. So if you are confused with something after this class, don't worry. I prepared the previous words for you with a lot of words combinations, with a lot of questions. And the genitive case practice is waiting for you next time. For now, thank you for watching this class. Don't forget to write your comments about it or your questions below the video. And see you next time. Увидимся в следующий раз. Всем пока-пока!